Hello viewers, many track and field fans have talked about Gout Gout's slow start. I'm here to argue that just fixing his start might not be the answer. Heaps of track fans have said he needs to fix his start, he's too slow off the blocks, and that he has too much side-to-side movement. That's all true, but let's not forget there's been many times where a sprinter didn't get a good start, but still won an Olympic or World Championships medal. Take Carl Lewis for example. He didn't get into his top speed until the race was almost over. The opposite was Ben Johnson. He took off like a rocket. Nowadays, we've got Christian Coleman, who's a crazy good starter, and then there's Noah Lyles, who's the strongest finisher. So if we look at the above examples and compare them to Gout Gout, we know that he's not a brilliant starter, but that doesn't mean he's doomed to never win a senior medal. Let's get into some points about Gout's start. One reason for his poor start could be his body type. He has long legs, and according to his coach, he has unusually long arms. This might make it hard to quickly uncurl from a crouch start. Another thing to consider is that experienced coaches know that fixing one thing can sometimes cause problems elsewhere. So the idea that fixing his start is the magic solution is a bit oversimplified. Here's a quick case story. In 2016, Andre De Grasse, his coach Stuart McMillan, chose not to try and fix his overly straight arm swing because he didn't want to disrupt his race mechanics. Plus, when they did biomechanic testing, it showed that Andre's lower body mechanics was almost perfect. So changing his arm action could have negatively affected his leg action. I'll suggest you look up a term called natural reflex compensation for a better understanding of what I just explained about Andre De Grasse. Also on the Altis YouTube channel, Stuart McMillan talks about effectiveness and efficiency, which is related to what I've talked about right now. I'll leave a note in the description. Now let's talk about how coaches' beliefs usually shapes what the athletes learn. For example, Tom Tellers.
A little bit forward, head in natural alignment. The front leg is 90 degrees, the back leg is 135, and you're exerting pressure.
Carl Lewis's coach would say, in a set position, you should feel comfortable holding that position for a long time. Whereas Charlie Francis, Ben Johnson's coach, believed that feeling uncomfortable in a set position would force you to explode out of the blocks. So what I'm trying to say is that Gout Gout and his coach Di Shepherd might not be worried about his start, because she might have instilled in him that as long as he doesn't have a terrible start, he just needs to trust his incredible speed endurance. Now on to my last commentary, which is Gout Gout's exaggerated side-to-side movement out of the blocks. This was quite noticeable in the Oslo Diamond League. I think it might be to do with proprioception. So the human body has an automatic proprioception, like when we're walking, and then there's a learned proprioception, which, for example, we need to learn so we can keep our balance when riding a bike. The fine motor movement in a block start, followed by acceleration, is a learned proprioception. This means if the connection between the body and the brain aren't adequately in sync, it will lose to a loss of positional awareness in a movement like the start. There are drills to improve this body awareness, but this video is not about fixing faults. On a final note, do you know how often the top 3 or 4 finishers in Olympic or World Championships don't have the best reaction times? Take a look at these 2 examples. So with Gout's incredible finishing ability, I don't think he needs to dramatically improve his start to win a senior medal. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.